NXT Takeover.
You know it. Oh wait, no.
That little countdown gets me hype every time. I don't know about anybody else, but I'll be hype off of it. But anyway, NXT Takeover, Stand and Deliver. DJ Bill from the Instant Class Wrestling Podcast. Justin, what is it? Is it Justin Baird? Is it just Justin? Is it J Money? Is it J Mizzle? Is it J Bizzle? Jizzle?
It's the Juggernaut. The Jugs. They call me Jugs.
The Juggernaut from the It's Jugs from the Juggernaut show. Okay, I got it. I'm on it now. But we're gonna talk about this NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver, which I thought was a pretty cool, unique name for a takeover, considering, and probably one they'll probably keep, but considering you don't have cities to name your takeovers after anymore, because of course you're in the same city all the time. But nonetheless, I thought it was a good show. I felt like for some reason, night two felt bigger than night one. I don't know if it's because it was on Peacock. I don't know if it's because the way they had the intro set up or what. I don't know. It just felt like night two felt bigger. Night two felt like, okay, this is Takeover now. Like night one felt like a NXT show to me. And maybe it was because it was more, the flow was better too, because they were, last night they were teeter-tottering the whole USA Peacock thing. We keep it going on Peacock, but on USA we got to take commercials and stuff like that. So you saw a little, they did a little, I think the thing that Adam was talking about, where they kind of do that or whatever, and kind of bring you back in or whatever. But I don't know, night two just felt bigger. I was more excited for night two. I felt like I was more into night two, even though I mean night one was still good. I just felt like for some reason night two felt like it really felt like a takeover. I don't know how you were feeling. I know we talked about it a little bit before we came on, and you kind of felt like night two felt bigger as well.
Yeah, I agree. See, night one, I feel like some of the matches kind of were a little better, but the flow of this show, I felt like it was a lot better. And okay, so I watched the whole thing on Peacock last night, which I thought was weird, how they kind of went out with their audio and stuff wait, is something wrong with their audio? But they're, with simulcasting with the USA network and stuff. So that's when they kind of go away, which I thought that was pretty cool how they didn't have commercial breaks on Peacock. So that was pretty cool.
I don't know how you feel about the picture in picture, and AEW does it too. I think it's a cool idea, but especially if I'm watching on DVR, I skip through the picture in picture. I don't watch any of it. I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm too focused on the commercials, or I just don't really care about the match when they go to commercial and go to picture in picture for some reason. I'm just whatever. And AEW, I do the same thing. I just skip through it until I get to the real, the back to the show.
And most of the times, they're not doing really anything substantial that impacts the match. They're in a rest hold or something, or they're not really doing any big moves to really impact the match.
Yeah. Did you watch the pre-show from night one?
I didn't, but I heard it. So it was Zoe Stark versus Toni Storm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who won that match there? Was it Zoe Stark?
They've really been pushing Zoe Stark, even though it felt like for a while that they were going to push Toni, especially since she was in that triple threat match with Mercedes Martinez and Io Shirai. It felt like they were going to really start pushing Toni, and then they kind of slid it to the back burner a little bit for Raquel, I think, which I in a way I felt like was kind of weird. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, of course, but I felt like that was kind of weird. While it's on my mind, I guess I'll talk about it. I felt like it was kind of weird because they gave Raquel and Dakota the tag titles, and then they immediately kind of pushed her to the championship, even though they had just kind of given them the tag titles. My thing is, why even give them the tag titles if you're gonna have them lose the same night? And then the means to the end was you wanted Raquel to win the NXT Women's title in the anyway. I was kind of that kind of got me a little bit, but I guess they still got what they wanted. Kind of just stretched it out some more.
I feel you on that. I feel that. But no, I actually enjoy both sides. I thought NXT was a really good show, though. And NXT, they always deliver. Because I was thinking, like, what show do I want to watch more? Do I want to watch AEW? Like last night, do I want to watch AEW or do I want to watch NXT? Which what you're going to get with an NXT takeover. Usually, there has never been a bad NXT takeover that I can't remember having a bad NXT takeover. I mean, there has been some that kind of been below standards, but they haven't been like terrible or anything.
And I didn't get the chance to say this. Of course, I said this on the podcast, but I didn't get a chance to say this in front of your audience per se. But I feel like NXT, the difference between NXT and AEW why I lean towards NXT a little bit more is they make me care about everybody. Like I feel like for some reason I feel drawn to everybody, and I feel like they did a good job with this card, making you feel like, because we always talk about with Mania, like it should be the biggest star or the star who had the best year versus the star who had the best year in the main event, right? And Raquel has had a really good year. They're doing a really good job of building her. Of course, Io Shirai has been all over. She's just been kind of the make it happen champion for the women's division for NXT. And then you look at at night two, which I think you could kind of in a way say there were two true main events. With the NXT title match, Karrion Kross, who I think has kind of had the most dominant of runs. Of course, he got injured when he did win the title, but it's kind of like he kind of hit where he wanted to be before he got injured. Then he got injured, and he never really lost that title. And then Finn at the same time has been kind of a beacon of hope for NXT. Like he's been needed for NXT. NXT kind of needed that star, and Finn not only reinvigorated his own career, but at the same time, like he just added to NXT as a brand. Same thing when you go to Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, the best faction that NXT's probably had, period. And you got two of the top guys within it. I mean, at worst, you would have had Adam Cole and Roddy because they were kind of the two singles guys, right? But even here, like you got the two parts of the faction. You got Adam Cole, who kind of likes to stand on his own. Then you got Kyle O'Reilly, who doesn't really stand. He's not the type of guy that's like stand on his own. He's always tied to Bobby Fish. And I think they did a good job. They did a good job, I think, throughout, this whole thing, really just the whole card of showing you like, this is WrestleMania weekend. It's the best versus the best, and that's what you want. That's what you want to show. You got your two cruiserweight champions, the best of the cruiserweight division versus the best of the cruiserweight division, going at each other. You got Johnny and Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed has been pushed to the moon, it feels like, as of late, and Johnny's of course one of the best in NXT. So it's like I like how, because we talked about it with Mania time and time again, how they just throw matches on at the last minute, and it's like, why? And it's like it doesn't even make any sense. Miz just won the title, and now he's facing Bad Bunny because logic, right? Like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. We've seen periods of time where, like even when you go back to CM Punk had the best year of his career and didn't main event Mania. How does that work? So I think NXT did a good job of that, because I really genuinely cared about every match. There wasn't a match on the card where I was like, well, I can go skip this match. I really did. I didn't want to step away to go get my food from upstairs because I didn't want to miss any of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you get that. And AEW doesn't do that for me. Like, in my personal opinion, there's parts of AEW that I'm like, yep, I'm gonna skip that every week. Every week, if I was to watch AEW every week, there would be parts that I wouldn't want to watch. The women's division is one of them.
And another thing that we could talk about, so with NXT moving to Tuesday nights, I think this is going to really help NXT out quite a bit, because I feel like during this whole war that they were having, quote unquote war, NXT, they weren't being like themselves. They were focusing more on what AEW was doing. They were trying to have higher ratings, which they need to get back to having good wrestling shows like Takeover is here. And also, a thing I want to ask you, what was your probably, biggest thing, during the like Wednesday Night Wars? What was your, favorite thing that you recall happening throughout the Wednesday Night Wars?
And it sucks because that whole like Wednesday Night War thing got stonewalled by the pandemic, because the pandemic screwed everything up. my favorite thing, I think it was just like WWE in a way kind of feeling like there was a threat to them. Like, and I think half of that, and not to say WWE does or they don't, but half of that is because I think AEW's production quality is top notch. Like, I think they do a really good production. Like, when you watch AEW, you feel like you're watching something big time, and that does have a lot to do with how people want to watch wrestling. And it's interesting because I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, and he was talking about kind of the extra things that WWE does that don't make sense in terms of the main roster. You know, you got birds coming out of Matt Riddle's flip flops because logic. There's just certain they overuse the little graphics, the little 3D graphics that they like to use. They overuse them to the point where it's just like, okay, there's just certain stuff that they do that doesn't need to be done, and they sometimes should dumb it down. But I think even with NXT, even watching the show tonight, there was things that like weren't necessary, but they didn't take your eye off of what was happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there was things that you didn't have to have this show happen, but it wasn't like it wasn't an eyesore. That like when they would show the two guys face off, it would be like Karrion Kross, Finn Balor. You could see the names in the background, or see the logos in the background, and that was cool. Like that wasn't anything. But back to your original question, my favorite thing, I think it was just like having something else to watch on the same night. I just think it was kind of cool. Not to say that I've watched a lot of AEW because I haven't, but I've watched it from time to time, and it's just nice to have something else to watch. It's nice to have an alternative, I guess you could say. Like, it's nice to have something that's just a little bit different, that's booked differently, that looks different, that feels different. Because I mean, AEW feels like a bigger company than NXT does. Albeit NXT has been stuck in the Performance Center forever, whereas AEW's had Daily's Place. They've had a bigger venue. They've allowed more fans to come in, so it's been a little bit more normal over there at All Elite, whereas with NXT, it's been a little bit more like what we've gotten used to with the pandemic. So, I mean, I think that's been my favorite part. What's been your favorite part?
I think my favorite part has been, it was like during the summertime where you had these like specials. They had the Great American Bash, and then they had like Fighter Fest, and like it was pretty cool, go like, okay, which show do you want to watch? Each week you're like flipping back and forth which show to watch, which during the summertime, I was watching more of AEW because it's like you said, DJ. The more it's the more alternative, the new product. It's the hot new thing out here. The whole indie wrestlers are over there. You got Patrick Mahomes logo. Hey, I didn't know Patrick Mahomes was your favorite football player. You're a Chiefs fan now, DJ. I did not notice that. But
I noticed that as soon as I went to grab my charger. I was like, oh, of course, he set me up. This is a setup.
It's a setup. Got it. April Fools. It ain't April Fools anymore though. But no, I really enjoyed the during that summertime, picking between which show to watch. I thought that was pretty good. But I'm happy that NXT is moving to Tuesday nights, because then I won't have to go like, okay, yeah, which show do I want to watch on Wednesdays now? And we're gonna have wrestling on every night of the week. Mondays is gonna be Raw, Tuesdays is gonna be NXT, Wednesdays is gonna be AEW, Thursdays is Impact Wrestling now, which there is gonna be an Impact Wrestling show on Saturday night, which is Hardcore Justice. So that's gonna be pretty interesting to see. And of course, and also, we got WrestleMania on Saturday and Sunday. So, this WrestleMania week, I feel like yesterday, during Wednesday, I feel like yesterday really kicked off WrestleMania week. Like, that's what really kicked it off. I'm like, yep, I'm in the mood now. I'm in the mood for a lot of wrestling. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think Takeover did kind of kick everything off. That's when I kind of got excited. I think I was more excited coming into tonight than I was even night one. I was excited about night one, but like after I got through night one, I was really excited about night two. But should we jump into the rest of the matches on the? Oh, let's start with night one, of course.
Yeah, let's get it.
Pete Dunne and Kushida was what opened the show for night one. I felt like it was an excellent match. I was a little surprised that Pete Dunne won the match because I expected Kushida to win, but Kushida feels like he's really good enhancement talent at this point. It feels like because he just keeps losing somehow. But I mean, it was good. You know, of course, it was a very back and forth match. I felt like they did a good job of showcasing that this match could go either way. You know, either way, it felt like it was one of those matches that was kind of a bragging rights type of a match. And Pete Dunne won the match, and then it was weird because him and Danny Burch was Oni Lorcan there too in the crowd tonight. Who was that was in the crowd tonight? I don't know if you saw that part, but Pete Dunne was in the crowd on night two, which was interesting. It was right before either the NXT title match or Adam Cole and O'Reilly's match.
But it was probably because I was doing something, like I was doing stuff around my house. But I mean, I had this stuff still in the background. But I think that's something I missed because I can't. Yeah, I think it was before the NXT title match. Yeah, but he was in the crowd. It was probably with Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan, probably.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to see because, of course, with Danny Burch being injured, it'd be interesting to see if he was just in the crowd, just to be in the crowd or whatever. But I don't know. What were your thoughts on the Pete Dunne Kushida match?
Oh, it was a great match. I expected it to be like really, both these guys are really good technical wrestlers. I mean, of course, we had the whole joint manipulation by Pete Dunne. Both of them were doing some joint manipulation in this match. Like really fast paced action to start off this, show. Like a great way. Like, yeah, I'm excited for this, takeover. It was good. And I kind of expected Pete Dunne to win because I feel like he needed a big win on, because he hasn't these last couple takeovers, he's lost both these takeovers. So has Kushida, but I feel like Pete Dunne needed it more because I feel like Pete Dunne could go. I would love to see Pete Dunne go back after the North American Championship again. That'd be pretty cool. And I kind of want them to do some more stuff. I mean, hell, put Kushida in the cruiserweight picture.
That's why I was a little surprised that he wasn't in number one, the Gauntlet Eliminator, and didn't win it.
See, here's what I thought they could have done. I thought that they could have had Leon Ruff come out and get attacked by somebody, which did get attacked, which we'll talk about that in a minute. But I was thinking that maybe Pete Dunne could attack him and insert himself into the match. Because Leon Ruff, I don't even know how he found his way into this match.
But like even with him, like Leon Ruff's one of those guys who like would be hard to take seriously, but they've done a good job of like painting a good story for you to make you want to watch him. But anyway, so the Gauntlet Eliminator match winner would have the chance to face Johnny Gargano coming up on night 2. What was your thoughts? I'll start off with you on that match.
This was a pretty fun match. So it was Swerve Scott and we had Leon Ruff start the match. I kind of like how it started, them kind of, Isaiah, he attacked him from behind. And then third came out what was Bronson Reed, right? Yeah, Bronson Reed came out, which he was dominant in this match. Like he was dominant. Like, and then I think it was Dexter Lumis. And then when Dexter Lumis was doing his entrance, I think it was Leon Ruff. He got pinned some way. Like the camera wasn't like pointed towards the ring. So like Leon Ruff, I don't know how he exactly got pinned, but he was the first one to go out. And then we had
not that anybody was surprised.
Yeah, true. I wasn't surprised that he was the first one to go out. And then we had LA Knight come out, which here's my pick to win this match. But I like how no, I forgot somebody. We had Cameron Grimes. Yeah, that's who came out before Lumis.
They really made it feel like he was going to win this match.
Right? Like I thought he could have won this match too. Like I thought any of these guys except for like Scott and Leon Ruff would have won this match. But any other guys I thought could have won this match. But I like the way they eliminated Dexter Lumis when Dexter Lumis he had on what's his submission, the silence, something like that. He had on his submission on Cameron Grimes, and then it was LA Knight. He did like a roll up type of thing. It was pretty cool. He rolled him up, so it still makes Dexter Lumis look strong. And then I think Bronson Reed eliminated LA Knight. And then we saw LA Knight and not Bronson. We saw LA Knight and Dexter Lumis kind of go at it outside the ring. So it looks like they're going to be having a little more of a rivalry here. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see what they do. And so the final three were Bronson Reed, Isaiah Swerve Scott, and Cameron Grimes. And then the next person was to go. It was Cameron Grimes, and then it came down to Isaiah Swerve Scott and Bronson Reed, which I wasn't expecting Bronson to be. I mean, not Bronson. I wasn't expecting Swerve Scott. That threw me off. Like that was the swerve right there. I was expecting him, and it looks like he actually could have won when he was hitting those whole bunch of house calls, hitting those kicks he does. I go like, could he actually win it here? I thought he was about to win it there. But no, Bronson Reed ended up hitting the tsunami. And I like when Wade Barrett says tsunami, like he has his like in his voice, like when he gets off the top rope. I thought that's pretty cool. And I can see how like he kind of like Bronson Reed, he kind of his character, like influenced by, Bam Bam Bigelow, who else? Vader. I definitely see that quite a bit in like Yokozuna.
He got a little Rikishi in him too with the
little Rikishi, yeah.
Yeah, he does a little I don't know what it's called, hip drop. I don't know what you call it, but the thing where he just sits down on his opponent, I don't know what you call it.
Yeah, I also like. Oh, I'm kind of getting mad at myself, but that moonsault he does, that's pretty cool. I think that's the first time I ever saw him do moonsault. But no, Bronson Reed's actually really good. He's really good in the ring for being a bit bigger guy and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was a good matchup.
For me, yeah, I thought it was good too. There was a lot going on, but I think they did a good job with it. I was expecting it to be kind of over the top rope until the last two or something like that, but they went more of the pinfall submission route, which was kind of surprising. But I mean, it was still good. Like, I mean, I think it was smart to do it that way to kind of take up a little more time too, which I think worked for them. Leon Ruff got eliminated first, which I wasn't necessarily surprised about at all. Like you said, I wasn't expecting him. I thought him and Isaiah Swerve Scott would kind of take each other out and be kind of done, but they kind of did. They started out that way because they started the match. But of course, Isaiah Swerve Scott ended up getting to the end of the match, and I like Bronson Reed a lot. I think he was able to show a lot in this match and kind of get you ready for what he was going to be in the match with Johnny. And I mean, I liked it because it felt like between LA Knight, Dexter Lumis, Cameron Grimes, and Bronson Reed, you really didn't know which way it was going to go. It could go either way. It could go all four ways, which I think was good. I think that was a good. I think they booked this match pretty well, and to have Bronson Reed win it was one of those things where I personally was feeling like whoever won was going to be Johnny, and to have Bronson Reed win it, I was like, okay, seems a little early for Bronson Reed to win, but all right, I'll take it. But yeah, of course they tricked me a little later, but nonetheless, Bronson Reed ended up winning, and I mean. Not bad. The United Kingdom Championship match, Walter and Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso cut the hair and brought back the Blackheart Ciampa, which I thought was cool. I wish, and I don't think he did. But he should have wore a hoodie or something, and kind of like revealed it. Yeah, or something like he should have revealed the fact that he shaved his head or something. I thought that would have been kind of cool, because it kind of just. It just kind of like was there, like it was just kind of like you were interested to see did he or did he not, but but nonetheless, put up a good fight against Walter. They did a good job. I didn't catch it when I first watched the match, but I went back and watched it. What they were doing with the hand when he he like stomped his hand. I think was it on the announce table? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was on the announce table. He slapped his hand, and like the announce table broke. I guess snapped in half, and like he saw wood everywhere. Like that. Like dang, that was pretty crazy in the match.
Yeah, and like I thought that was, you know, how they had him kind of work the hand a little bit was good. I thought they did a good job with that. Tommaso kind of had his good little areas in here, and they did a good job of making you feel like Tommaso might just he hit like the what was it, the white noise off the top of the off the middle turnbuckle or whatever it was. That was good. You know, they did a good job with this. I felt like, and Walter was good in this match too, because he looks and feels like he could just beat anybody that you put in front of him, and I think that's what's hard about potentially at some point having to take the title off of him is how do you do it? You know, who do you put in front of Walter that could beat Walter? Which oddly enough, the Imperium is just as tall as he is, which is crazy. Like you know, Walter looks huge compared to anybody he steps in front of, and then you see him walking with Imperium, and he still is a hair bigger than them, but they're big dudes too. So I mean, I wonder who's going to take the title off of him, because it can't just be anybody. You know, he's too much of a force for it to be anybody. You know, for it to just kind of be anybody. And I mean, Ciampa was a good one because of course he's won the NXT title a couple of times, and you know, he can work with them. But I was, like I said, I was going to be really surprised if Tommaso won this match, but I felt like it still was really good and really exciting, and makes you. And I think I like that they put Walter on the NXT stage to kind of showcase what NXT UK is all about as well. But thoughts on the United Kingdom Championship match?
Yeah, this was another great match. You know, I expected this to be good. You know, a lot of hard-hitting moves in this match. You know, with Walter doing, you know, the chops that he does. Like, dude, those chops are just crazy. You know how, DJ doesn't like, you know, like the whole thingies. Well, it's just like, not the chesty. You know, all the chops that he does. And that was, like DJ said earlier, that was a pretty cool spot, you know, when Walter hit his hand on the announce table, and I like how he sold his hand during the match, and Tommaso Ciampa he worked on his hand, and there was some points where I thought that Tommaso Ciampa was actually going to take the title. I was kind of hoping he would, because I like to see Ciampa do some other stuff. Like, I'm not sure what is next for some Tommaso Ciampa. Like, does he go to the main roster? Like, I'm not sure, because like it feels like he's been floundering around for a while, you know, not really much to do down there in, you know, NXT. And I was thinking maybe they would take him over to NXT UK. And I feel like Walter, I don't know how long, I don't know if he's going to stay over here in, you know, over in the NXT over here in the US. But I feel like he's going to go back over to the UK, which I don't understand why they need to have two NXTs. And I heard they're making the third one, like NXT Africa or something like that.
Well, I think it's NXT India.
Something like that. Yeah.
The thing about NXT UK that I think works is that it's rare that they intertwine them. They have a little bit more lately with Pat McAfee's group. And of course having Walter come over,
and the grizzled young veterans.
Yeah, the grizzled young, them as well. But like they the good part about it is like they're their own separate thing. They rarely ever. It's not like a lot of cross promotion or anything like that. It's kind of like having a Raw and SmackDown type thing, but for NXT. Like if you want to watch, I think it works because if you want to watch the UK style and how they work, you can with NXT UK. Whereas you know you're not going to see it. And Pete Dunne is another one that, of course, is crossed over a little bit more. But you know, there's just it gives you different options of what you want to watch. I think. I mean, I think it works. Like I think, you know, I understand why people feel like, I have it. You know, is it worth it? Like, what's the point of it? But at the same time, like, I think to see different styles of wrestling, I think it works because it's not like they constantly intertwine the two brands too much.
Mm-hmm. Which I kind of want to see more of that, like brand versus brand, like NXT UK versus NXT.
Well, and they do a good job too of like they make you want to watch NXT UK. Like it doesn't really feel like just normal NXT. I guess like it feels like it has uh its own little way that it operates. So it makes you want to. It almost makes you want to watch it in a way too. Just because of the way it's.
And it's only an hour long. Also, like NXT used to be when it first came on the WWE Network.
Yeah.
Like boy, those are easy shows to sit through, and it has you wanting more.
And it's not on TV, so
yeah.
There's probably a little more freedom because we haven't been able to talk about it too much on the podcast, but sometimes these TV deals, as much as important as they can be, get you in trouble too. Because I mean, with TNT, they don't want AEW to surprise the audience anymore. They want to, they want ratings, not surprises. Which, I think is a lot of the allure of wrestling is being surprised and being like, whoa, that was cool. But
and everything with Peacock, they're probably doing some limitations on what WWE can and can't do. Also,
right, yeah. Triple threat tag team match for the vacant NXT at the time, vacant NXT tag team championships. You had MSK, you had Legado del Fantasma, and the Grizzled Young Veterans. Another match where I think they did a good job of making it feel like anybody could win because, of course, MSK has won the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, Legado del Fantasma. I don't think we've seen enough of them to know. And in hindsight, I feel like it probably wasn't. We were better off letting MSK win the titles as opposed to Legado del Fantasma because they may have gotten like a Blake and Murphy type of a vibe where they won it too soon, and it felt like they were kind of always the underdog champions type thing. Whereas MSK, of course, have been together for a while, and they won the tag team classic, so they have a little bit more legitimacy right off the bat to the audience. But hopefully, Legado del Fantasma wins the title at some point because I think they looked good in this match, and it was good to showcase that. And there was a couple of like false finishes where it felt like Legado were going to win, or it felt like the Grizzled Young Veterans are going to win, or it felt like even MSK at times falsely were going to win. So they did good. There was some good spots with Desmond Xavier. I don't remember his Wesley. Is that
yeah, Wesley? Yeah.
Desmond Xavier is what I'm going to keep it as for now until I figure out his NXT name.
But Zachary Wentz.
Yeah. So I mean,
or Nash Carter.
I feel like they did a good job with this match. I thought it was good. I think MSK was the right way to go. I think they were the right, they were the right way to go, and I think it'll be cool to see them against Lorcan and Birch. So, whenever Birch comes back. But what was your thoughts on the tag team title match?
I thought that match was really good. Like you said, there was a lot of false finishes in this match. Like I was watching this match this morning, and I was like, "Oh, it looked like that Legado del Fantasma was going to win, or it looks like the Grizzled Young Veterans are going to win." Like it had me on the edge of my seat during this match. I think this is the match I was going to really surprise the hell out of me, like on who won this match. Because, like I said, any team could have won this match, and I would have been fine with it.
Yeah.
I like that Doomsday device off the stage. That was pretty cool. I also like that finisher that they do, that MSK does with the assisted moonsault. I think that's really cool when they always do that. Also, I thought that when I think it was the Grizzled Young Veterans they had on a submission, I think it was on Nash Carter. I like how he it looks like he was going to tap, and then, it was on Nash. or it was on Wesley. I can't remember. I think it was on Wesley. And then Nash Carter came in. No. It was the other way around. Nash Carter was in the submission, and then Wesley came in. And he held his hand. And then he ended up getting in submission. Like what's going to happen here? And then Legado del Fantasma came in, and they went on a rampage for a little while. It was fun. This is probably one of my best matches of the night here. Like this was really good. But MSK did end up getting the victory, which I was expecting that because they were basically number one contenders already, but having them win here was pretty good.
Right. The main event with the women's championship, Raquel Gonzalez and Io Shirai. I thought I enjoyed this match too. I think they did a good job with Io, having her just trying to fight back off the powerhouse user speed and keep her distance a little bit. I thought that was good. Have her jump off any high thing they can find.
She's the new Shane McMahon.
They did good with that, and it was good. I think it was good to have Raquel win because I think Io has just been champion for as long as she needs to be.
I think it was like 300. I think it was like 300 days she was champion.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's only 3 women that have done that, which it was Asuka, Shayna Baszler, and now Io.
Right. So I mean, that's kind of the interesting part now. Is like, what do they do with Io Shirai? Are they going to bring her up to the main roster, or what's their plan? And I like Io Shirai, and I wonder how she'd get over on the main roster. Because I've been wanting to take the title off her for a long time. So I wonder how she's going to get over on the main roster. But I mean, it was a good match. I think she works well either way. But what was your thoughts on the main event of night 1?
I thought, this was a really good match. And I'll tell you what, NXT, they have the best, or WWE, they have the best women's division in all pro wrestling right now. Like any company you look at AEW, their women's division doesn't hold up to WWE. You look at all these other companies like NXT, and they've been doing really good stuff with their women here, and WWE also. But no, this was a really good match. I like the 2 different contracting styles. You had contrasting styles. You had Raquel Gonzalez more like you said, EJ, the powerhouse here. I also like that finisher she has, that one-arm power bomb. I think that's pretty cool. Which I was kind of expecting this match to go a little longer, because I saw there was like 10, 15 minutes remaining. I go like, wait, it's going to end it like this here? Like, end it pretty early? But I like that dive that Io Shirai did off the top of the skull. I thought that was pretty cool. Like, I feel like, and me and DJ were talking earlier, every single takeover, Io Shirai has to jump off of something. Like the takeover before this, I think, was Vengeance Day. Yeah, she jumped off of like a steel beam. And I think the best thing that she's jumped off of was the house at NXT Takeover in your house. I think that's probably the best thing. And of course, that's where she won the NXT Women's Championship. But yeah, I think it's time for Io Shirai to actually go up to the main roster. But I'm not sure how she'll kind of get presented up there. I mean, hell, put her in a tag team with Asuka. Make the Kabuki Warriors.
Since it was short-lived.
I mean, Io Shirai is she the genius that's Kai? Oh wait, maybe that's Kairi Sane.
No, that's Io Shirai.
That's Io Shirai? Yeah, Io Shirai is the genius this guy, so that's why she has to jump off of everything. She's the new Shane McMahon right now. The Japanese Shane McMahon.
Oh goodness.
Oh Lord. But no,
Don't describe her like that.
I'm happy for Raquel Gonzalez, as she, because ever since Takeover War Games, I go like, yeah, dude, she's gonna be the person to take the title off of Io. And she was, so that's good.
All right. Did you watch the pre-show for tonight?
I did watch it, but I really wasn't like paying attention during live. I saw that Killian Dane and it was Drake Maverick. They won a tag team match against.
I wonder did they explain why Killian Dane was back? Because wasn't it like a week
Apparently,
ago?
he was like abducted from. It was from Imperium. Like Imperium abducted him or something like that.
Right.
So I don't. They didn't.
I saw that like that happened, but then I saw you told me he was on the pre-show, and I was like, was there any explanation for that, or they were just like, oh, here he is, welcome back.
Yeah, they did not tell any explanations like on how he came back or like why he was here. But I didn't even know they were doing pre-show matches now, like at Takeover. Did they? I think. Well, it was probably okay. It was Wednesday night that they started doing these pre-show matches. I think on Takeover.
I think so.
Which I don't really see the reason to have a pre-show match, like for any show, like even the main roster, like pre-show. And I don't get like any reason to watch the pre-show either. Like,
well, they're trying to get you to buy the pay-per-view or subscribe to Peacock before the show comes on, but I don't know. That's all I can say.
I agree.
The ladder match for the undisputed NXT Cruiserweight Championship, Jordan Devlin versus Santos Escobar. Very good, very, very good match. Had some really cool spots. The one that comes to mind is the one at the very, very end where Jordan Devlin went crashing through that ladder in the corner. I was literally like, that was a good spot. There were a couple of other good spots. I love Santos Escobar. I think he's great. Like I said, wish he was showcased a little bit more. I think he deserves to be showcased a little bit more. The Cruiserweight Championship deserves to be showcased a little bit more. I know they still have 205 Live. I'm not sure what they do with it, but I know they still have 205 Live. But still, I think if you're going to say that the Cruiserweight Championship is branded to NXT, then it should be branded to NXT and should be showcased consistently. But that's just me. But I mean, for a ladder match, I thought it was good. There was some, like you said, some really good, really crazy bumps in the match, and I'm glad Santos Escobar won this match because I think it lets Jordan Devlin kind of go over to, back to UK and do his thing over there. I was a little surprised that they went this route in terms of having interim Cruiserweight championships because NXT UK doesn't have like a mid-card title, I don't think. Do they?
I don't know. They don't have a mid-card title, but they do have this thing. Oh, what is it called now? It's kind of like a boxing rule. Like, so it goes like 6 rounds, and like you can either get, and you have to like get 2. You have to get like a pin or a submission, and you have to get 2 consecutive in a row to actually win the match. Or like if the round ends, like it might go to like judge's decision. It's pretty cool. I was
It's like the what was that title that Impact had?
Oh,
if I didn't put myself on the spot, I would know it, but I can't think of King. It wasn't the King of the Mountain. It was the King of the Mountain title, but it was they had changed the name of it. I can't think of the name. I can't think of it, but anyway, but yeah, it's kind of like that. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I definitely, speaking of that, I definitely need to go watch NXT UK more because, hey, your favorite wrestlers over there, DJ, Noam Dar, say Alicia Fox.
Noam
Dar. Yeah, dude, he was wrestling Tyler Bate on this latest NXT UK, which I need to go back and watch that. In that type of special match there.
Mm-hmm. That sounds interesting. Well, thoughts on the Cruiserweight title match?
Yeah, this match was really good here. I really enjoyed it. Good. I wasn't expecting this match to open up the show, but I'm happy it did. I was hoping to see someone go crashing like through a ladder on the outside of the ring. I was really hoping like set up like a bridge, like how you usually see. But no, it was really good. I liked the Spanish fly off the top of the ladder. That was pretty cool. I also like when Santos Escobar did a tope suicida on the outside. I was like, ooh, Oh man, and also that spot that we were talking about, like towards the end of the match, when Jordan Devlin went crashing through that ladder, I was like, oh man, that was, my mouth was on the floor. I got like, what? Like, it was crazy. But I'm happy that Santos Escobar retained the title because I feel like he's really, he's really made this title more prestigious. Like, made it feel more important. Which I hope that they put this more on takeovers and stuff, and actually, keep elevating this title because Santos Escobar, and I also like what he does with his entrance. I like what he does with his entrance, coming out with the mask on, and taking it off. I think that's pretty cool there. And you even talked about that too. You like that, like
yeah, I like that. I wish Andrade would have kept that too, because I can't remember. I know he did it for a little bit, but I think when he first debuted, he didn't do it, which I thought was stupid because that was his whole thing. Like his whole gimmick was he wore a mask in Mexico, and it was kind of his whole thing. And then he was kind of ditching the mask, for NXT. I thought it would have been kind of cool, but I mean, I know it's probably kind of disrespectful in a way, but you're a heel. That's kind of how you work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, at first he came in as a face, and then they turned him heel.
Yeah. Because didn't he come in under a mask? Didn't Andrade come in under a mask, or am I wrong?
I think. Well, he came in with.
I know Santos did.
Yeah, because
he came in as something Phantasmal. I can't remember what it was called, but it wasn't a video though, because it was something different. I think. I don't think it was that. It might have been. It might have been what it was, but
yeah, I can't remember exactly.
But what about the NXT Women's Tag Team Title match? I think I missed this match. I don't know where I went, but I don't know if I was out of it or I just missed it. But I didn't even know Ember Moon and Shotzi won the match.
Yeah, it was by how did Shotzi? Oh yeah, she won by her like senton on the top rope. This match was kind of this there. I mean, it was. I think this was like a basic NXT, TV match. I mean, this could have been on night one, to be honest, and you could have had one of those matches like that. Put the NXT UK title match on night two. I feel like, I don't know, this match was just there. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Even though, I love seeing Ember Moon because that's my girl. Adam will say, his things about, Shitsy Blackheart or Snot. What's he say? Shitsy Blackheart or
yeah, what it is.
Snotty Blackheart, whatever. Because her hair looks like snot, a booger. Oh man. But no, I mean the match was all right. The match was just there.
I'm gonna try to go back and watch it whenever I get a chance. But the North American title match with Bronson Reed and Johnny Gargano, I thought was really good. I thought Bronson did a good job. I felt like he was gonna win. I really did. I thought he was gonna win the match, but they surprised me on this one because I don't know. Not that Johnny's a filler champion or a transitional champion or anything like that, but I just felt like they were gonna go somewhere different, and I'm not sure where they were going with this because I'm trying to remember. I don't know if they were leaning on Velveteen Dream back then, and that's why Johnny won the title. When Velveteen Dream got in a little bit of Me Too trouble. So I wonder if maybe that's what happened because of course Velveteen hasn't been on TV as he shouldn't for the time being until they figure everything out. But
which it was on TV like a few months ago. Mm-hmm. I think it was maybe like back in December or sometime.
I remember seeing him, and then it was quick, and he was gone like that.
He was gone again.
So I mean, I don't know if that was where they were going. Like they were going with Velveteen as the North American champion, and then of course everything, went down, and they had to take him off TV or what. So I don't know. Like Johnny just does. It's not that Johnny doesn't feel like the North American champion. It just feels like Johnny wasn't their original plan for some reason. But I feel like Bronson Reed did good. I don't know if they're ready to like push Bronson Reed yet or not. I feel like they're trying to showcase him, which I think they did a good job of. But I don't know if they're ready to like kind of like pull the trigger on Bronson Reed, and it reminds me a little bit of Bull Dempsey. You know, when Bull Dempsey was kind of getting his run back then. He was like he was destroying everybody, and then I don't know, did he get a title shot or I don't know if he did, but he ran into somebody that was like undefeated and it screwed everything up.
What's it? Baron Corbin?
I think so. I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember he had a few. He had a few with Baron Corbin, and that screwed everything up for him.
Yep, screwed everything up after that. But
and then he had a few with a vending machine. You remember? Like what the heck? Oh man,
they screwed
Bull Dempsey. I completely forgot about him.
But I mean, they did a good job with this. I felt like. I mean, I thought the match was good. Bronson looked good in this match, and you know, I think they'll push him, but I don't think they were ready to take the title off Johnny yet. So, but thoughts on the North American title match?
So like I said, earlier, I wasn't expecting them to actually have, Bronson Reed in this position. Like, I feel like it was kind of too early to have him go for the title. But I kind of like how they didn't just go with the predictable route, go with LA Knight or go with Dexter Lumis. I feel like maybe if Dexter Lumis was in this match, maybe they would have put the title on him because, he has that little backstory with, the Way and Johnny Gargano. So I was thinking, that would have been the route they would have went with. But no, this was a fine match here. Like two different contrasting styles here with Bronson Reed and Johnny Gargano. Like Johnny Gargano couldn't do his like normal stuff that he does, like that slingshot spear. He couldn't do that very well because Bronson, he's a big man. As I like to say, he's fat. He's fat. He's a big boy. I tell you, that's a lot of meat on that guy.
He's a thick boy.
But no, it was a good match, and I like how the commentary team was like, he has to bring out, the Johnny wrestling, he has to bring out the Johnny Takeover here in order to win this match, and I thought that, it was really good. And there were some spots where there were some times I thought that Bronson Reed was actually going to take the title off of Gargano when. I can't remember what he hit, but it was laying the match. I'm like, oh, it looks like he was going to win here, but no, we finally had Gargano. He hit two of his what's his finisher called? That DDT does.
One final beat, I think.
Yeah, one final beat. Yeah, he hit that a couple times to get the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I'm happy that Gargano's still champion. I wonder what's going to be the direction they go with him next, because I mean there's so many guys they can face. Like I said, I wouldn't mind if Pete Dunne goes for that North American Championship, because that'd be pretty good to see.
Right. Yeah, I think that'd be good for him too, to win it, to actually win it. But the NXT title match, Karrion Kross versus Finn Balor. I love Karrion Kross's entrance. It's one of my favorites. There's something about it. It's just perfect. And Scarlett adds to it too. But this was good. They did once again another good match on the card. I felt like Karrion Kross is definitely going to win this match, just because he's looked unbeatable since he's came to NXT. And I felt like there was no reason for him to lose, even to Finn. I think Finn's looked good, and Finn needed a run in NXT, another run in NXT. He needed an NXT title run. He helped out the title a lot, but I think, he was just keeping it warm for Karrion Kross to come back and take it from him pretty much, because that's what Karrion Kross did. They did good stuff with having Finn wear down Karrion Kross at times, and having Finn kind of catch him off guard with certain things, and having Finn kind of try to, make that space we were talking about earlier. But, Karrion Kross did what he does, and I like Karrion Kross, and I'm excited to see him as champion, actually as champion, and not for one night and then have to relinquish it the next night, or, Wednesday or whatever. Thursday now, but anyway, definitely was a good match. I thought it was a good match. I was telling you I was like, did they move this match up? Because I thought this match was supposed to be the main event. They said, but I guess they did. I don't know.
They said a double main event.
Okay,
like
yeah.
I don't know,
well,
but I thought this was supposed to be the main event. I was expecting it to be.
Right. What was your thoughts on the?
I go like, did I miss a match or something? Like what? But no, this was a good match here. I mean, I expected this to be like a really hard hitting match, and you kind of saw they were laughing at each other at the beginning of the match. You're like, huh, this is the best he got. Like I thought that was pretty cool. They were kind of shrugging each other off a little bit. Trying to get the whereabouts with each other. But I like with the promo here also before the match. These guys have kind of had the same come up here. Finn got injured. When he won. He won the Universal Championship, and then he got injured. He had to relinquish it the next night. And this is Karrion Kross. He won. Right away, and then he had to relinquish his title. So I mean, they're on. It's kind of like a parallel track here with both of these guys. But no, this match was good. A lot of power moves with Karrion Kross and Finn Balor. He had to have more of the speed. Had to get out of the way. I like how he was working on Karrion Kross's arm during the match. Because he's targeting the arm during the match. I thought that was pretty good. But no, it was a good match though. I think it was he hit that side Karrion Kross hit that side suplex, or what's it called? The
is it the Saito?
Saito suplex? Yeah, something like that. It is something like that. But yeah, that's how
he throws a mean suplex.
What's that?
He throws a mean suplex, I tell you.
He does throw a mean suplex. It is good. And I definitely agree what you're talking about with Karrion Kross's entrance. Like that entrance, I'll tell you, when a wrestler is going to be good when they have a good entrance, they have good music also.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they have some generic music, like who the heck is this nobody? You know what I mean?
Speaking of entrances, the main event. I don't know about. Can't remember Kyle O'Reilly if he's had new entrance music. I think he has, but Adam Cole's entrance music they changed because of course his entrance music was the Undisputed Era's entrance music, and I guess they changed it to give him something different. It was interesting because it felt like Stone Cold music. Like it felt like they remixed Stone Cold's theme and gave it.
Yeah,
to
that's
Cole.
what I felt like. That's what I felt
like when I heard him walking out to it, I was like, "This sounds familiar." But what was your thoughts on the unsanctioned affair between Adam Cole and Kyle?
Yeah, speaking of these kind of entrances here, I thought they were kind of just generic songs, to be honest, like generic rock song 400 or something.
I thought it was weird though too. Like Kyle O'Reilly looked like he was in like jeans and like this ridiculous jacket, and then when he came out, he was just in normal wrestling attire, and I was like, "Well, he didn't look like that." When they showed him walking to the ring, Adam Cole looked like he was in his normal ring gear, but Kyle O'Reilly looked like he was in this whole different thing. And then I think it was just the shirt he was wearing, which is weird, just something weird or whatever.
I felt like they should have like kind of wore like some street clothes, more like a street fight kind of, an unsanctioned match. That's what I felt like they should have done. Probably just kind of be like a normal wrestling match. Also, this is like a weird thing, but were the ropes like always black during the show? Like, did they have black ropes? Because I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
So it was this match here?
I guess because I'm looking at it now and the ropes are white. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I just noticed that in the main event. Like, wait, how have the ropes always been black? And then the referee, he was just wearing all black.
Yeah, I guess I don't know why they changed the ropes for this match. I don't know. I don't know.
It's the little things that get me. I go like, wait, or like the stuff that they did with the lighting and all that. I thought that was pretty cool how they had all those security guards come out. They could touch each other until the bell rang and stuff. Mm-hmm. I thought the match was good. I felt like they could have done a little bit more. I mean, this wasn't anything that you're going to see like on the indies and stuff, you know, that they did like Ring of Honor. But it was pretty good stuff here. I like the stuff when they brought out the that like chain. That was pretty cool during the match.
What did Adam Cole do to Jey Uso? I missed it. I mean the referee.
I missed out too. I go like, what happened? Like he knocked out the referee or something. I can't exactly remember that. Jey Uso. Man, Jey Uso should take offense to that.
I just looked over and he was out, and I was like, what happened?
Yeah, he was like, you stupid. He was like, you had one job. You had... That's Casey right there. Casey had one job.
Adam Cole, you know you can't do those thigh slaps.
I think he probably gave him a super kick or something. I have no idea. I feel like it was a super kick. I have to go back and check that out though. But I like when they had the, Kyle O'Reilly. He did the suplex on the table, but the table didn't break it all. Like that table is stiff as hell. Like for real, that table was stiff. I like the spot where they went through the stage. That was a pretty cool spot. I was expecting that.
He gave him a forearm, by the way.
Oh, he gave the referee.
He killed him. Yep, he did.
He did. Yeah, the referee. He was just laying out there, and he was like, "Yeah, what job to do? What was Adam Cole? You know, pinning Kyle O'Reilly or something, or like Adam in submission?
He was about to basically concerto his neck off. He had his neck between the chair. He's going to do the concerto on him.
And the referee kind of got involved? No? Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm going to have to go back and check that out, though. Because this was a good match. I also like... I was kind of expecting more weapons to be used in this match. And maybe, you know, this is what I was talking about, you know, with Peacock kind of like censoring stuff, you know, like, okay, you can't go as hardcore as you want to go, you know, if they had their own network and stuff. So maybe Peacock is kind of, you know, like, okay, hey, you guys need to tone it back a little bit, you know. You guys can't go all out.
Well, it is WWE hardcore, so.
Right, you're right. But no, this was a really good match, and I'm happy that Kyle O'Reilly did win. It was weird at the end when he was like standing at the like entrance ramp. I go like, why is the camera guy like shouldn't he be turned around, Kyle? Like, well, what are you doing here? But no, it was fun. I like how they kind of like busted out the Kyle O'Reilly like busted out the ramp there. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, the little part at the end, Adam Cole, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. The little part at the end felt like something was going to happen, like not Bobby Fish, but Roderick Strong was going to come out or something.
Yeah, I thought
because they did that for the longest. Like they just stuck it. They had that angle for the longest. Now I was like, "Yep, all right. Where's Roddy? He's coming."
Cue Roddy. Cue to come out and attack.
He missed his taxi on the way.
He missed his taxi on the way. But no, it was a fun match here. I also like that suplex that Adam Cole did on the Kyle O'Reilly on the outside. That was pretty cool. On the steel steps. You know, they ran each other into the barricade a lot, you know, into the steel, into all that. That was pretty cool. I like when Adam Cole threw that TV at him. I go like, I saw that TV over there. Like, yep, Adam Cole's going to throw the TV at him. I thought that was pretty cool. I was hoping to see more tables because, you know, I always love seeing tables get broken, and we didn't see any of that. But then when I saw the pliers, like I saw the wrenches come out, I got like, oh no, this ain't gonna be good. Something's gonna get pulled, or like he's gonna go after the ding ding, which we did see. We did see a ding ding spot here, which I thought that was pretty cool. It was when Kyle O'Reilly had, you know, he had the chain wrapped around his like knee, and like Adam Cole was on the steel chair. That was a really nice spot, like to finish off the match there. But no, it was good. I mean, I expected these guys to put on a really good match.
Yeah. I think they did a good job of kind of they did it. They kind of mixed these guys kind of wrestling type styles that they use and kind of made it a little bit more aggressive, which I thought was good. The like you said, the ramp collapse thing, the going through the ramp thing was cool. It was pretty crazy. I felt like it was a pretty crazy, pretty wild
to WWE standards and stuff.
To WWE standards, but it was good. I mean, it was enjoyable. I think this is how you want to kind of end the show. I guess if they were going to destroy the entire stage, they probably would have wanted to have this in the show. But I mean, I enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed this match. I mean, I was surprised that Kyle O'Reilly won just because I'm used to Adam Cole winning everything. But I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think Adam Cole could afford to lose this match because he's won literally anything and done literally everything. And he's, the leader of the Undisputed Era, the guy from the Undisputed Era and all that. So, I wonder what they're going to do with Adam Cole coming up soon in terms of like, do they bring him up to the main roster? What they do with him? But, it'll be interesting to see, how they navigate that, and even with Kyle O'Reilly, I think it was good for him to have some singles action for people who haven't seen him do a lot of singles work. People who only know him from Red Dragon or whatever. So, but nonetheless, Justin, do you want to close us out here?
Yeah. So that was your NXT that was our NXT takeover. That was your NXT takeover. No, that was our NXT takeover.
Everybody's NXT takeover.
Everybody's NXT takeover. Stand and deliver review for you guys. Here with DJ Bill from the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast. You can check me out there too. Go follow the podcast on Twitter. I mean, we're not very much active over there, but you can check us out.
We got one. We got the Twitter machine.
We got the Twitter machine. And also you could go check us out on Apple Podcast. You can check us out on Spotify. Spotify? Give us all the podcasts. Tell us everything.
Apple Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, Ankle Podcast, Snapple Podcast, all of them.
All of them. Go check them out, Go subscribe to all of them, And go subscribe to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, I sent you over there. But no, that would be it for our review, and I guess we'll catch you guys on the flippity dippity. I had to say it. I had to. Peace out, guys.